Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Free speech are out of order. As gatherings run rampant, officials try to tame public comment. A school board meeting in Greeley, Colorado, this month began a new restrictive policy on public comments, the fourth iteration in a year, marked by such harshness against masks and books that one member suggested suspending comments altogether. 2 opportunities for citizens to address the board for a total of 4 minutes had already been reduced to a 3-minute opportunity. Now speakers would have 2 minutes in Rochester, Minnesota, where public comments at city council meetings have seen personal attacks on the mayor and unsubstantiated allegations about the library's promotion of pedophilia. Speakers have only been allowed to comment once a month since October, and the board is considering further restrictions in a polarized nation. Governing bodies are restricting and sometimes stopping public comment to counteract what elected officials describe an unprecedented level of abuse, misinformation and disorder from citizens as they step up to the microphone. As contentious social issues disrupt once drowsy city council and school board meetings, some officials say allowing people to speak their minds has poisoned meetings and thwarted the ability to do business. This is vital. That's what I've spent my adult life with, said Rochester Mayor Kim Norton, a former school board member and Democratic state legislator. But she added, "Do I think we have an obligation to carry out the same personal attacks week after week, year after year? No. Access to public meetings and the virtual or in-person opportunity for citizens to speak with their elected officials is fundamental to our democracy," said Carol Rose, executive director of the Massachusetts ACLU. Her organization filed a brief in support of a challenge heard recently by the Supreme Court against the public participation policy of the City of Southborough's Select Board. That case stemmed from a 2018 meeting where a resident cited a state finding that the board had violated the Open Meetings Act, accused the members of breaking the law, and then, when its chairman ended the public comment, called a Hitler. The resident argues that the policy, which bans rude, personal or defamatory remarks, was unconstitutionally implemented to avoid criticism. The city says it is prudent to maintain order. Elected councils and bodies are generally not required to hold in-person public comment sessions, but most see it as good practice. The rules vary. Many set time limits, prohibit applause or signs, and limit comments to agenda items. Others let speakers express their opinions as they please. Members often do not reply extensively to avoid lengthy debates. A growing number, the ACLU says, is instructing speakers to be polite and refrain from personal attacks. Everyone in this country is entitled to their opinion. A spectator's gun fell out of his pocket. Last year, state legislatures overwhelmingly passed legislation banning this option. School boards are now required to make oral public comments at all meetings, although they are allowed to take reasonable steps to maintain order. Federal courts have offered mixed guidance, legal experts say. The Supreme Court has upheld Americans' right to criticize officials. But these officials can set neutral limits in situations like city council meetings, for example, limiting speakers' time and topics to be covered. The courts have been less unanimous about whether rules overseeing vague notions such as propriety are acceptable. Things got particularly heated in Greeley, Colorado, in September when a woman read a passage from a book she was complaining about in school libraries. Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, one of the nation's most challenged books, according to the American Library Association,